Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, live and in color from Pancho Villa State Park in southern New Mexico, near downtown Columbus, New Mexico, 3 miles from Palomas, Mexico, on the border. And it's a nice day, 47 degrees, and the time is 7:02 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. And today is the day after yesterday. It is a little cool, 47 degrees, and I'm glad I have electric, so I can run my little electric heater, which makes it really nice. Yeah, it's almost a perfectly clear sky. Got a few jet trails and a few clouds, but not many. And virtually no wind, which is nice. Out here about 2 days a week we get some wind, a lot. Some real wind. Hey Google, tell us a joke.
Sure, here's one of my favorites. Scientists recently discovered a new dinosaur that was very intelligent. It is called a thesaurus.
Hey Google, what's the temperature in Bangor, Maine?
The current temperature in Bangor is 36 degrees Fahrenheit.
Still a little cool. Hey Google, what's the temperature in Butte, Montana?
The temperature in Butte right now is 34 degrees Fahrenheit.
It's better than 7 degrees below for sure. But anyway, what else can I tell? Hey Google, what's the temperature in Burnet, Texas?
The temperature in Burnet right now is 68 degrees Fahrenheit.
So it's 21 degrees warmer there. And the thing that's really different is the humidity. I mean, the humidity out here averages around 10 to 12, 14% or less. And where I came from, Central Texas, it averages around 30 to 50%. And the real difference there is you feel more energized, or at least I do, in the drier climates. I'm not sure why, but I'm sure there's a reason. What else can I ask Google? Anything? No, I'm through with you, Google. You can take a break, I think. Anyway, this is Trenton Clump. This is, that's an it. This is a bumper sticker that says Native Texan on it now. And this is Olive Oyl from the old Popeye cartoons, and she's waving at you. That's a little RV somebody sent me that I finally found. That is my jetpack from Verizon. That's how I get all my internet. It is the prepaid unlimited plan, and it works for me. Over here we have the black thing is Olive Oyl's bra, and that other thing hanging there is an EverDry dehumidifier, which helps a little bit inside of my Casita 17-foot RV. 84 square feet of perfect harmony and luxury. And yeah, it's not, of course, out here you don't have to worry about mold and mildew. No. I can't imagine how it would grow. And there's very few insects. I haven't been bothered by flies. Believe it or not, I did see a mosquito the other day. One, poor thing. I was going to kill it. I was going to kill it, and then I changed my mind. I think they're on the endangered species list out here. But anyway, MCSC whatever says, Rusty, you are just attracted to women. Well, yeah, I'm a male. I'm attracted to females. Isn't that quite normal? Tony Roberts, I've been to Mexico before. Those Oxos, or however that's pronounced, are actually really nice. Yeah, that one I looked at, I just looked in through the window. Yeah, it looks great. Sanborn S, super nice park host, adds to the pleasant visit. Yes, it does. Yeah, they're really nice. They'll be leaving out of here in the next few days. They've got another older couple coming in. Somebody left a comment the other day and wanted to know how you become a park host. Well, I'll tell you. You can go to volunteergov.com and check the sites there, or you can just call the park directly. Talk with the people at the park and find out if they need a camp host, and yeah, you can do it that way. Nothing to it. State parks use them, national parks, yeah, national monuments, all that stuff, sure. Spiderhead, this is on Palomas, he says, glad you made it back to your campground. Wandering Mexico these days is a good way to lower your blood pressure to 0. Yeah, I hear you. Call the room temperature challenge. Yeah, anyway, yeah, it's okay. I didn't feel threatened at all. I mean, I'm sure, anytime you're in a foreign country, because you can't speak the language fluently, there could be some difficulties for sure, and cultural differences. Shift into high, interesting on Palomas. Ken Sciolia, I'm not sure I'm pronouncing that right. This is camping something, I don't know what I did. It says, I like your hair like this. Well, they're both combed the best I can do. Couch Potatoes Kennedy, that's the person's name. Very interesting, Rusty. Great segment, thank you. I was wondering if you see any scorpions. Ward K. No, I haven't seen any scorpions or any snakes at all. You know, a lot of people have the impression that out here in the desert that you're just inundated with scorpions and snakes, and that is totally false. Totally false. You know, I lived in Big Bend, which is country just about like this, for 2 years, and in fact I know it. I saw one rattlesnake in 2 years, and I may have seen 2 scorpions in that whole period, and they were in the highway. Pork Chop, OMG, be careful, Rusty. Ain't no Medicare in Mexico. That's right, Medicare doesn't cover you in Mexico. Bill Nolan says, this is on the park. Host was standing in Site 20, where my wife and I spent 2 weeks. The last time we were there, sure looked strange with so few campers. We used to have a large campfire gathering on cold nights, good times. There's not very many people here now, and the weather to me is just perfect for camping. Of course, this is not near an interstate. You know, well, actually not that bad. We're about 40 miles from Interstate 10, I guess. Dale Head, thanks for the updates, info, and of course stories you tell. You're welcome, Dale. Walter Pendleton, I am going to look at land in northern Arizona to boondock on. I don't mind wandering, but it's nice to have a northern home base. Land is cheap if it's not close to power and water. That is a fact. If there's no power or water around, it's pretty cheap. Palomas, Mexico, Pork Chop, I knew when you walked by that white van a couple of banditos were going to kidnap you. At least stay on the main drag, Rusty. Yeah, I hear you. Why wouldn't you? I hear you. This is on Palomas, Mexico. Jay Smith says, reminds me of downtown Detroit. The part where you note the perfumed atmosphere about 5:40. Yeah, it's perfumed, all right. Yep, it smelt a little rough there in a few places. Anyway, this is Pancho Villa State Park. Carl T. Thanks, Rusty. Added that camp to my site list. I like peace and quiet type places versus the main event campground. No, this place is, I'm telling you, I haven't even heard people talking. Nothing. And rarely I've heard a dog bark one time. QSO 11 in about Mexico. As a native Texan, I enjoy your channel even though I'm not an RV enthusiast and have no interest in being such. But I can appreciate your comments about Texas and the filming of your travels and walks. But anyway, says perhaps there's a middle of nowhere appeal to you. It is. I like. Well, actually, I just like high desert. The elevation here is about a little over 4,000 feet. When I go up to Deming, it'll be about 4,300 feet, and on we go. John Cook said it's a third world neighborhood. All right, he's talking about in Mexico. It's you know, it is what it is. Outdoors with Ron. Didn't your son tell you to stay the hell out of Mexico? This video was taken before his son emailed him. Yeah, I did 3 videos when I went there the first time. And you know, I got to tell you this. You know, my son may say something, but he doesn't run my life. You know what I mean? A lot of people may think they may want to run my life and try to tell me what to do. I ain't going to do it. Rusty does what he does. Thank you, though. I understand your point. The Inn, 36,000. That's on the tiny home. Thank you. That was, the person's name was The Inn. Everybody comes up with a cute name. Russell Hughes, except this guy used his real name, Pancho Villa. If you go to Tombstone, take a drive to Bisbee. It is a really cool old mining town. Tombstone is mostly a tourist trap. Yeah, I know. I think I'm going to skip Tombstone, actually. And the reason is, when you leave out of here, you turn left on Highway 9 going west towards Tombstone. That road is horrible. I mean, I drove down it about 6 miles yesterday in my truck, just driving around, and I mean, it's just boop, 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 boop. It would beat your RV to death going that way. I'm not going there. Janice Peck, excellent video. This is on the park. Thanks for the tour. There's a campground near city limit of Tucson, primitive. I wouldn't think it quite stay close to town. I don't know what, quite stay close to town. I do like Tombstone Tucson. Tombstone CG is a spot I want to visit. It says, sure, a good movie, Old Tucson. I've been to 1973. Yeah, Old Tucson. Somebody sent me some tickets to the Old Tucson thing, and it's just an old movie set where they do stuff, I guess. But I'm not going to be. I'm not planning to head that way, unfortunately. Right now, I'm not. It may change in an hour. Cindy B, like your shirt. Well, thank you. Yeah, I got that in Taos at the end of the season. They were real cheap. Dan Young's The Shed Tiny House is a great idea. Plan to insulate it and put some wallboards so you can keep the heat and cool in. Easy to do RV hookup like you mentioned. Yeah, but this RV works so well for me. I'm probably not going to change. I was just thinking about that. Calvin Wright on Mexico. He says, easy, watch out, watch those darn booby traps in the sidewalk. Man, I'm telling you, I hit one of them. Almost fell down. David Gibson, so you can save money on prescription drugs, glasses, or dental work. The gasoline seems about the same. I'm glad you took us with you because I don't get out much. Oh, no problem. You know, he mentioned that the price of gasoline, it is about the same as here, but the exchange rate right now is 20 to 1. Okay, so they got to pay in pesos 20 times as much. So anyway, Mike Neely, I've said before on your videos of this trip, but I'm sure enjoying seeing this area. I was thinking about it, and it's been almost 30 years since I ventured into Palomas. Really cool videos. I have a question for you, Rusty. When the more touristy places, where the more touristy places they're in Palomas, and looks like more like a third world country. How does it compare to what you saw in Mongolia? Well, Mongolia, when I was there in 1994, was a very poor country. All right, very. It looked worse than Mexico, I guarantee you. In my opinion, no, they were poor. They're not now. They've come a long way because they've got some natural resources that they're selling off to the Chinese and Russians and U.S. and everybody else is in there developing their resources, and so they're making money now, but it's not going to last long. Ramblin' Rose, where are the people? I don't know. Open the door and where are the people? QSO 11. So I'm guessing that your son, when he emailed you, had not seen part 2 of the Palomas video where you were walking on the side streets. Yikes. Glad you made it back to the casita. You know, guys, it ain't that dangerous. If you go there, you'll see what I mean. You know, it's early in the morning, anyway, enough said. A1 Marvin or AI Marvin, Noah's Ark Hotel. Is that what the name was? Eric Moore says, fall in Rusty's Rangers, Rusty Brother, Olive, etc. And Mr. Humidifier, by order of President of the United States, you are to report for duty at the Family Dollar parking lot. Oh yeah, I hear you. Well, anyway, your mission, it's like mission, what is it? Mission Impossible. You need to finish your mission by 1800 hours, April the 16th or April the 6th. If you do fail in your mission, you will be pushing Mother Earth 100 times. All right, Eric, lay off. Give me a break. This is in Mexico, the Mexico hippie bits. This is my idea of visiting Mexico rather than sitting at some resort. To each their own, though. Everyone has a different ideas when it comes to travel. That is for sure. Scotty Thompson left a lot of comments about cool comment, call, cool video, etc. Thank you. It says how your $120 LG phone. It's working great, Scotty. My LG G4. Any rain for New Mexico? No, we had it. They get what the rain they get out here. They get Virga, and it's raining. The clouds will be raining, but the humidity is so low that the rain evaporates before it gets to the ground, and that happens a lot. Scotty says his bowling league on Thursday night I did good. First bowling score was 167. He ended up with a 457 bowling handicap. Well, that's good. Cool video talk, Rusty. Thank you, Scotty Thompson. Great White Sharky, you have a very good son, Rusty. I was very happy to hear he reached out to show his love for you in emailing about crossing the border. He says it was very poor judgment on crossing the border alone at your age. Well, I tell you what, Great White Sharky, I think it was my judgment. Okay? And I do what I do. And you ain't seen nothing yet. John Bruce, New Mexico and Chili's, no other state has as good a deal as New Mexico State Park Camping Pass. That's for sure. New Mexico has a super deal. And I got it. Michael Leitonen, Rusty, watch this. I live in Canada and like your videos, thought this was cool. It has the history of both where I am and also where you are visiting. Check it out and let me know what you think. Anyway, he's got a link to a video. That's Michael, Leitonen. Thank you. This is on Mexico. John Gertbach says, looks like you're in Mexico and not in the U.S. Well, I was in Palomas, Mexico. Dertrick's a great wandering tour, sir, but for me looks too dangerous. I think it's better to stay in the safe USA. Greetings from Germany. Well, greetings to you, Dertrick. So this is Teresa Gallagher. A place forgotten in time. Be careful out there. Yeah, well, no, I'm not going back right now. I mean, I may go to the Pink store. I'm not sure. It depends on how many more days I stay here, because you know I've just about done this area, and you know I've been here for, well, tomorrow will be one full week, and so I'll probably stay here. I'm not sure. I may stay the full 14 days, or I may stay 10 days. I may leave tomorrow. I'm not sure. But having said that, I'll also mention this. The one thing good about RVing is, you know, this park, even though there's like 60 spots, they're constantly changing. I mean, you know, the types of RVs that are in certain spots, it's just continuous change. And so you can people watch and RV watch for fun, and it is, because there's people in vans, there's people in Class Bs, Class Cs, Class As, a couple of casitas, you know, everything you can think of, the little teardrops that are just a bed with a kitchen in the back. You see every way you can see it. It can't, even tents. There were a few tent campers. So, you know, and there was one guy on a motorcycle that had a tent. And so, you know, you know, everybody is doing their quote own thing. And I'm glad. I like to see people do their quote own thing without letting the world close in around them and stop them from doing something that they might do, you know. You got to do what you do, you know, and don't let other people change your mind. You know, you do it. And if it's a mistake, you'll find out real quick, you know. I mean, and do I mind that? No. But, you know, I'm 73 years old. Come on. You know, if I got shot in the head in Mexico, so what? I mean, it'd be better than lingering in the intensive care facility at age 80. Come on. I mean, not that I want to get shot, but anyway. No, you know, there's, you know, and it's not running a risk. Anybody that thinks it's dangerous in Palomas has been really misinformed, in my opinion. It's not. That border crossing is not a well-used place. I had no feeling of danger anywhere during my walk. The place that I felt really ill at ease or uncomfortable was in the U.S. Customs coming back through and going across. When I crossed through the Mexican customs place, the glass doors slide open, you walk through and then go right out the back. Nobody said a word. Okay, nobody hollered at me for my camera, you know, and walked outside, and I talked to the guard with a MK or AK-47 or whatever he had, really friendly. He told me, he said he couldn't speak much English, but he was from, well, I don't want to give him away, but no, he was really friendly. I mean, he didn't, you know, and I held my camera up. I was going to, you know, show him that I was going to do videos in town. He's no problem, you know, and it wasn't a problem. Anyway, enough said about that. It's just a difference in cultures, guys, and I like that. But having said that, live your life one day at a time. Thumbs up, carpe diem, adios, bye-bye, buy anything you want. But if you think about it, use the link to Amazon products in the description of all of my videos. Why? Because I get a small commission. Doesn't cost you one penny. What else? Drink plenty of water. Out here you could better do it. 3 or 4 quarts a day won't hurt you. Why? Because it will help you avoid gout, kidney stones, and it'll help you lose weight because you'll be full of water and you won't want to eat so much. What else? Take deep breaths. Breathe in really deep, hold it for a few seconds, and then breathe out slowly. Why? Because that relieves stress, and relieving stress lowers your blood pressure. Is that good for you? Yes, it is. What else? Stretch, 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 swivel, 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 walk, walk, walk. I've been walking more out here than I ever walked at home. I've been walking an average of about 2 hours a day here, maybe more, I don't know, because I can walk into town. I don't have to drive my truck. So if I get bored or I want something to do, I just walk into town, no problem. So anyway, what else? Stand guard at the door of your mind. Do not let negative Nancy or negative Ned get inside of your head. This is your head, your brain. This is where your little thoughts are formed. So add good ingredients so you'll form good thoughts. And enjoy your life one day at a time. Accentuate the positive, eliminate the negative. Go for it, guys. And we're gonna be hanging around here a few more days, because this is, this is Saturday as far as I know, and you certainly don't want to be traveling on a Saturday to a new location, in my opinion. The way I like to do it is I like to arrive on either a Tuesday or a Wednesday or Thursday at the latest, and then leave on any of those 3 days and travel to my next location. Why? Because if you get there on a weekend, guys, particularly if it's a place that has water, whether it's a river or a lake, doesn't matter, they'll be packed. And there you sit in your RV looking like an idiot. So anyway, adios amigos. Carry on. Enjoy your weekend. Bye-bye.